Hello guys, so welcome to today's evening show. My name is CHUKS and you're on JFL TV, the home of football. So if today is the first time we see our program for you to bring you the latest Arsenal news updates as they drop all over the world. So for now, I'm gonna go through the evening news and some of the things that talk for the press conference where we do ahead of the match. We'll go play against Southampton. So one of the major highlights where Arteta talk now the fact say in believe say Kai Havertz can actually score 20 goals a season. Gets whether they ask Arteta, and when we enter the the pre-match press conference ahead of the match we will play tomorrow, we will still talk about that one for the transcript as Arteta take mention them. Meanwhile, for those who don't forget or we know they are aware, tomorrow Arsenal are going to be playing against Southampton 3 p.m. Nigerian time. So that match is very, very important. Southampton day 19th for table. They never really win any match so far. In fact, get us to go to beat them now. They go sack their manager because the man they under pressure to succeed. Just like as Eric Ten Hag, they under pressure to succeed against Aston Villa. You get us Aston Villa go beat them, they go sack Eric Ten Hag. So that's so it just be. All right, so more come on for the match. Normal. For the when I will talk about the press conference, we'll talk about the injury updates where Arteta give and so many things where Arteta talk about. Meanwhile, we'll enter other areas. Now, Enzo Maresca will be the coach of Chelsea. But don't come as I talk say, you don't really think say them if he competes with Arsenal and Manchester City for the title. In as much as they do very well, they win their games, but they feel say it is too early to call Chelsea title contenders. Just like the executive, Omar Berrada of Manchester United, also talks, say, man, they go for title. Say, in fact, they prepare for 2028 when they go challenge for the title. So when you read the report on the screen, the report put out by goal.com. So when you read the report, they say what Enzo Maresca said. So after their 4-2 win against Gent in the Europa Conference League on Thursday, he said, I don't really think we can compete with Manchester City or Arsenal. I really don't think that's because we are not ready. The reason is because City has worked with the same manager for 9 years and Arsenal have worked with the same manager for 5 years. So if you want to compete for big things, you need that time. After Arsenal beats PSG, they asked Luis Enrique, who's the coach of PSG, and they asked him the same question. And Baba talk say Arsenal have had the same manager for 5 years, and then them only a year and a half. So imagine us only 3 months. That's Enzo Maresca. He don't in charge of Chelsea for like 3 months. So it is a huge difference for what that they do. So that is why they convince say they no fit put them in the same sentence of title contention. If they talk about Manchester City and Arsenal, but that doesn't make them no right. Then in fact, I want to believe say the way that they win the fight for now to qualify for Champions League first of all. They won't break into the top 4. If they can achieve that, before they come talk about say maybe they won't win the league or they don't want to win the league. So we'll just see. So as the reports they come as away, Arteta they talk say Kai Havertz will score 20 goals. So some of the things where Arteta talk. So they said Mikel Arteta feels that with the scintillating form that Kai Havertz is showing in front of goal, Kai Havertz has all the tools to become a 20-goal striker for a season for Arsenal. Now, after scoring against Leicester City and Paris Saint-Germain in the past week, the German striker has netted in each of his last 6 games at the Emirates Stadium in all competitions, taking him to 5 already in 2024-2025 season. So he ended his previous campaign with 9 goals in his last 14 league games as he began to find his feet at his new club. And look a lot to waste time on that slide. So when you look at the other slides, we're going to talk about his qualities. And certainly that Kai Havertz has the ambition to score 20 goals a season. In the end, scoring goals sometimes are very small details and a lot of things have to go for you, but he's got it and his mindset has changed a lot in regards to that. He certainly has the ability to do it, in my opinion. Now, waiting Arteta talk. Furthermore, Arteta can say we had to be different. Mikel added, the impact that Martin has in everything we do, it was too big to try to replicate with one player. We try to do it in a different way. Now they talk about how we take survive without Martin Odegaard. You get so at the end of that first paragraph, they say maybe it took a game or two, but then it started to flow a bit better when we have found away. We have to put players in positions and qualities where they can feel that they are in their strengths and try to hide our weaknesses as much as possible. Without Martin Odegaard, we have other things we cannot do, but we have a bigger threat in other areas, and we have to make the most out of it. So I did very, very happy to say we really do our possible best to make sure say that Odegaard will not be available. Say you know show. Even if you go show, you don't go show where. So are they happy? Now, on the things where Arteta talk for the press conference we then do today, ahead of the match we will play tomorrow, 3 p.m. Nigerian time against Southampton. The things we talk, they plenty, so I'll try my best to rush all the things. Now, on Julian Timber, Ben White, and Tomiyasu's fitness. So Arteta can they explain, say we had to modify our training for a lot of players. We've done the same today because of the load that they had. So it's a decision to make this afternoon, whether to involve them, yes or no. They are close. Tomiyasu as well is quite close to being involved. So good news. For this Tomiyasu own, I really they very, very happy say in the very, very close to returning to the first 11. So now good news for my ear. Now on Zinchenko and Odegaard's return. Alex with Zinchenko, probably after the international break, if everything goes well, is progressing really, really well. Now, Martin Odegaard is very difficult. I expected still with the boots and a lot of things, and he's working so hard and he's feeling good and he's pushing it. So it's difficult to actually give a timeline. So for Odegaard, there's no timeline for now on when the guy will come back. But for Zinchenko, probably the match will play on the 19th against Bournemouth. Maybe go down there available by then after the international break. Or maybe they will leave him against Shakhtar Donetsk. Or maybe they will leave him against Liverpool. Or subsequently after that one, we never really know what to do for Arteta mind, but we could just watch. My happiness, we say all these our players, their injury timeline, at least you don't near, they will see get over those injuries. Now, on how big this game is against Southampton. So Babakone explains, so we know the significance, we know how important and how difficult this match day. In fact, last week, the tough schedule that we had was proven, and any opponent can cause you problems, as evident as what happened against Leicester City, because a lot of people underrated Leicester City, and we see what happened. That's like the last two games we'll play before this one. We'll see how that match they go before we come play the last one. So games, they happen like that. Now, when you think the game is under control, it can get out of your hands immediately. So it was probably a good thing to happen the way it ended up. We know the quality of Southampton, and in my opinion, they are a team who are extremely well coached. They have a very clear philosophy, and they've been very unlucky not to have many points, because there were moments in the games where they were far better than the opponents. Oh, I thought I forget all this grandstanding, Jare. You don't wind there like say they one kind of good team. Although I like the fact that we know they underrate Southampton, you get. And don't forget the X factor, maybe around Ramsdale, where they come with them, will make the match come turn to something else. You get emotions will involve. Ramsdale go say for another discussion back. So the match make it no go tired apart. Now you my own prayer again, because most of all these players they get relationship with Ramsdale. So it will be awkward if they come bust that like score 5 goals against Ramsdale. Say, now you be our guy, but it is what it is. So we'll see how everything will unfold as we check exactly what I'm saying now. On Aaron Ramsdale's return, they asked Mikel Arteta. So Babakone explains, say, I called him straight away when I got the news of his transfer to Southampton, and he was really, really happy. Now, he's a player that we loved a lot, very charismatic, and he really put his fingerprints here on the club, and the way that he was, it's very good. It will be very good to see him, obviously. Now, Blessing, they can ask Arteta, say, on getting his team to feel that they can overcome any challenge, because as we did now, we get that belief, say, anybody bring and come, we know for again, say we can enter those people. Now, but back on the experience, say that is what we are trying to do. We had a very difficult fixture list after the international break, and on top of that, a lot of unpredictable things happen in terms of injuries and players not being available, but we adapted very well. We looked forward and we competed really well in all games. For sure, there are aspects that we have to still improve, but we are showing a lot of consistency and adaptability in the way that we can play and win games. I think these are all very positive signs, but it's still very early in the season. Still, I like that response. Now, on why we are seeing Kai Havertz scoring consistently, what is the difference? What will be the magic? But back on the experience, first of all, because he's so good, because he wants it so much, and because he's surrounded by great players around him. The fact that he's gone through some difficult moments just made him a better player and a great person, I think. So I don't know what you think about this Kai Havertz matter, because for me, I really think the Arteta really did a marvelous job on this Kai Havertz. Like, they really to give Arteta so much kudos. The guy really do well. But this Kai Havertz, he do so much work. I really did very happy with what we see. Although we are not where we want to be, but at least we are grateful for where we are. Now, on what the Emirates Stadium means to Kai Havertz, it's a huge privilege every time I am sitting here and I'm surrounded by the players, our supporters, and being part of that incredible atmosphere. Okay, not even Kai Havertz, now him that they ask, say, what's in the Emirates Stadium means to him? Oh, but by those the back girl giving us somebody, they happy, say, will they do well for the Emirates Stadium and like to they enjoy everything. Now, on how important team talk is, I say, well, I don't think it's very needed at this level. Well, this will not be big talking points. Because I go to the next slide, man, not to waste time. Now, on how hard it is to let someone like Ramsdale move on, because this has been a talking point. People they talk say Arsenal allow Ramsdale to move on easily, but the reverse is the case. The truth is, Arsenal not really be the people who push Ramsdale out. And Ramsdale by himself say he don't want to stay on the bench. Like, a player of his caliber needs to play. He wants playing time. In fact, he get another report where they come down. I go see enter and wait around himself. They interview him ahead of this Arsenal match. For it to say this is a big deal. So Ramsdale explained why he leave Arsenal. He said some things. I will still come to that one. So more focus on Arteta. So they call it ask him on how hard it is to let someone like Ramsdale move on. Arteta said it is personally because I am very grateful for what he did. When we signed him, there was a lot of noise around him. That one not true, because most people they question Arteta, say, why you go sign person, you don't go relegation 2 times. Now only Arteta know what he see. Go bring him. You get that is why when Arteta won't come sell him or sell him, say, making him stay for bench, come bring him Raya. The same people they question Arteta why he sign him. They question Arteta, say, why you can't bench him? Oh, my, it's very funny. They can't even the question why he sign Raya. You get at least at this stage now, I think that's supposed to don't prove to us, say, you know what thing they do. So we will know the question them too much, you get. But at the end of the day, we'll still question them. This is our job. Now, Baba said we helped Ramsdale to create an environment that he needed because we believed in his potential and he showed it. In fact, he won the respect and admiration of all of us. Then the circumstances changed because this is an elite sport and that can happen. It was difficult to deal with that situation in a natural way, so we decided to part ways, and hopefully is grateful that we gave him the opportunity to represent Arsenal. Now, what were the circumstances that changed according to Arteta? The circumstances, we say, we no can they look at top 4 as something we pursue. Top 4 don't be like a norm now. Now, our aims and objectives and aspirations in the beginning of the season is to win something. And once you don't take that leap, going from your previous objective of getting top 4 was a big deal. In the last 8-9 years, Baba, top 4 was a big deal at Arsenal. We know the same. Now it don't be like a norm. Now it don't be like a privilege. You don't get entitled. But people forget that once upon a time we were fighting tooth and nail to get this top 4, and we couldn't see it. We brought in a Ramsdale to replace a certain Ben Leno to give us the top 4. Now we got the top 4. We brought in a certain Raya to give us the trophy, and we told Ramsdale to find his square roots. So now the stage we did now. So that's why I think that they give Ramsdale all his flowers, yes, because the guy really tried, and we hope the feeling is mutual. Say instead they're grateful, say in come play and wear our shirts. Now on how the team have evolved without Odegaard, Baba could explain, say we had to be different, the impacts that okay, bless. I don't talk. I mentioned this thing early on, so let's move on to the next one. Now on Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes partnership, Baba said obviously they are incredibly important for us, but I think the team has built that consistency and the capacity to win games because the 11 players are so committed in every phase of play. They have the hunger and desire to compete for every ball. I like that. Now on whether Leicester City proved how difficult every game is, Baba can explain, say yes. Every 3 or 4 days, we have an unbelievable test. 3 days ago, it was Paris Saint-Germain. Before that, it was Leicester. 2 completely different games, opponents, expectations, and way of playing. we have to adapt to that, try to be ourselves, and have the same ambition and determination to win the game. I love the way Arteta they answer all these questions diplomatically. Now, on Trossard and Kai Havertz playing as a front two in Odegaard's absence, Baba say we have to put players in positions and qualities where they can feel that they are in their strengths and try to hide our weaknesses as much as possible. Without Martin Odegaard, we have other things we cannot do, but we have a bigger threat in other areas, and we have to make the most out of that. Now, since Odegaard no day, they can ask Arteta, say, doesn't mean we are now playing direct football. Like when they carry the ball, go to the position, we play direct way. Like not too much tiki taka, like we don't enter person boss a team. Arteta can say in certain games, yes, but not just because of Martin Odegaard. Come on. More because of the behavior of the position. Now here they come ask and say whether I believe say Kai Havertz will score 20 goals in the season, because now that type of striker will define for Arsenal. But back on the experience, say yes, he certainly has all the qualities and he certainly has the ambition to do that. In the end, scoring goals sometimes are very small details and a lot of things that have to go for you. And he's got all those things and he has the mindset and he has changed a lot in regards to that. He certainly has the ability to do that, in his opinion. Now, on the last questions, we are going to ask Arteta on how pleasing it is to see Thomas Partey settled in the first team, because Thomas Partey don't do very, very well, at least for the first 6 games or thereabouts. He has really, really represented us well, and the guy really, like, they should say he don't be free of injury from what we can see. Arteta can explain, say, Thomas Partey is a massive player for us, and he has shown that week in, week out. He started the season really, really well, really fit. The way he came in back post-holiday was probably in the best condition that he has been, which was really helpful as well. Now he needs to continue to do that. We have managed certain minutes with him in the right way, and the team is doing that. And then he's doing everything he can as well to be in the best physical condition for us. Now, on whether Thomas Partey is back to his best now, Baba can explain, say it is all about consistency. You get, obviously, when you change certain habits, you want more consistency. Things don't just happen overnight. If in 2 or 3 weeks it doesn't happen, and you throw in the towel, you are going to waste the next 2 or 3 years of your career. He's doing everything he can to be in that. I think his work ethic has been better than ever. Defensively, he's been really, really solid. And with the ball, he has had his moments. Now, they probably were his most complete performances because he gave us everything that we want from him, and he can deliver that. So that ends the press conference way Arteta do. So now on to other stories. Now we're going to hear say Arsenal complete a move for under 15 winger Joshua Sesay from Millwall, and this guy can play left, he can play right-sided also. So when you see the report, they say Arsenal have completed the signing of highly rated under 15 winger Joshua Sesay from Millwall, as confirmed by Youth Football Club news outlet Secret Scouts. So, well, in a nutshell, the guy, they say a highly promising player. Many people, they drag him. Arsenal win the battle, they sign up. Me, I didn't have to say, at least as we lose all those Kozia Mario Dubri, Obi Martin Chido, as we lose all those smally, people say they call other people smally. Yeah, so now normal level. So me, I don't get any objection again. Now for the future MB, so we'll leave out. Now, remember I said early on, say Ramsdale self doing your own interview where they ask him questions about his return to the Emirates Stadium. So as you can see on the screen, Ramsdale they explain why he leave Arsenal. So about the talk say, I just wanted to play football. You get in the talk say, you don't want to win trophies as a bench warmer for Arsenal. You there for bench, Arsenal win the league. Yes, they win the league, but you participate. What was your role? You get, so you don't want saying there for bench that they win something. You want they active, not just passive. Oh my God. Oh, when I do this, I say make I take small water. I don't talk. This is about 20 minutes non-stop. Woo! Let's continue. So, in Ramsdale going to explain about this matter, say, you know, just stay on the bench that he wants to play. Now, when you read the entirety of this report, Ramsdale explains his decision to leave Arsenal. Now, in the summer of 2024, Ramsdale put in his transfer request, and Arsenal approved the sale to Southampton for $21.4 million, which is about $23.6 million. Now, when asked why he decided to move to a bottom half team from an outfit fighting for the Premier League title, Ramsdale told Football Focus through the Independent, "If I was sitting on the bench, if winning a trophy wouldn't have meant a more, like winning a trophy no would mean much to Ram if to say in a bench day you know participate. I just wanted to play football as a kid. I wanted to play football, like not just to sit on the bench. Getting out and playing was my aim. So I'm lucky I found myself here at Southampton." Well, good for you. Now, you know, NDA, the Daily Mail now carry out this story. Say Aaron Ramsdale opens up on what really did his head in about being benched for David Raya at Arsenal, and revealed which teammate was the first to wish him luck after Southampton move ahead of the Emirates. Now, when you read the entirety of this fantastic report put out by the Daily Mail, Baba could explain some things wey happen for Arsenal wey really no make am happy. Now, in a nutshell, Baba could explain, say, if you watch when they for Arsenal, when they for bench, where Raya they play, if Raya makes some good saves, camera go pan to him face. So the thing they very, very annoying. Like, you don't know why. Okay, why are you panning to my face? Why are you showing my face? It makes save. What has my face got to do with the save? Like, oh, say the team pain I'm going to get. Then sometimes in wife, if you reach out to wife with plan, say, Baba, they'll show your face like 5 times for camera today. Like, it was very, very annoying. So now, as you can see on the screen, they said the majority of Gunners fans were not happy with the treatment of Ramsdale at first, while the television cameras often picked out his reactions to good or bad moments from Raya during matches. It used to get to do my head in. Ramsdale was telling BBC, coming off the pitch, and then my wife would say, "You were on TV 5 times again today," which is very, very annoying. Like, I really understand where they come from. They say, why would someone pan to me when someone makes a save or a goal goes in and pans to me on the bench? I do think the story was bigger than what it was needed to be. I do think at the same time, all those things, according to him, it puts pressure on the player. He gets. We cannot too waste time on this slide. Let me go to the next slide. So at the end of the day, Baba they say, in they happy for Raya. So Raya said they make some good saves, but like you can see on this last slide, they say in they hope. Say the match they go play tomorrow, make Raya know they active. But Raya know make good save. He gets. He said, like I said, he's made some big saves this season and kept them in some games. I'm just desperate he doesn't have one of those games again on Saturday. Normal level now, you know, whoever they wish Arsenal do well against them. Come on, it's his own loyalty to Southampton. So now, normal thing, I don't have any grudges against him. He really do his best for us. He has done well, and he has left. Now, Antonio Rudiger, they call ask him, say, if to say now you they in charge for PSG, and they give him money, make you sign one centre back, who you go sign for Real Madrid? Baba say na Saliba I want. Say me they keep us Saliba. You get. I think Sports Bible carry the story. At the same time, when they say, however, the family cannot to read that because a lot of people say carry for the headline. They say Antonio Rudiger, I want William Saliba at Real Madrid. That's the cocoa of the matter. Because remember, it was yesterday or this morning. They ask him, say, mention 3 top backs in the world except yourself. He mentioned Gabriel Magalhaes, he mentioned Saliba, he mentioned Virgil van Dijk. So, Mr. I understand where they are coming from. We are hearing Real Madrid in the summer of this 2025. They are willing to go as far as £100 million for William Saliba. But sorry to say, the guy is not for sale. I'm already in the follow. Make a rush this thing before our Starlink because he gets Oma. Now, Southampton boss Russell Martin, they explain what's inside must do against Arsenal. So Baba don't say, say okay, Maria say Martin admitted the clash against Arsenal will be a big challenge to his side for the set pieces he gets, because he said Arsenal have a great set piece threat. He gets. So I remember say Arsenal scored over 20 goals from set pieces last season. So Martin said, I'm reading from the second paragraph. So Martin said the players are fully aware that if we give away some corners and free kicks, you have to be ready to stand up and defend it properly. That's the same at any level. Why everybody just focus on our set piece threats? The same as a challenge. We won't play PSG. Akraf Hakimi say we are ready for Arsenal set piece challenge. Now we won't play Southampton. The coach John come and say themselves they're ready. Say don't tell the boys. Set piece Arsenal. They have a set piece. But I must make sure say not let any set piece wale get. Now, away from this, so people like Gareth Lineker, Alan Shearer, they were talking about Kai Havertz, and they agree that Kai Havertz is doing a fantastic job. He's scoring so much for Arsenal, but he has a weakness. And that is a weakness that we all agree to. He is not clinical. His finishing is very, very poor. In as much as he's scoring so much goals at the moment, when you look at his last 20 games overall, and you look at his goal contributions, you go back and say, yes, you try. But he's not clinical enough. He's not proficient enough. He's not effective enough. His finishing is poor. We can all collectively agree to that. So not only that area, now I feel say Kai Havertz needs to brushing up. He needs to tighten his belt. Now, Ray Parlour, Kokoma Second predict the match where Arsenal and Southampton will play at the Emirates Stadium. Ray Parlour said that match will end 2-0 and Kai Havertz will score. Now, what's Ray Parlour talk? So, my dear Arsenal lovers, for now, I think let's just hasten and wrap the show up because we're on the floor heavily now. Make the network look on the break. So, the biggest news of the night is the fact that Mikel Arteta don't talk say in believe say Kai Havertz will score 20 goals a season, and that's how you go be myself. The way things they go, it is possible. So we'll just see how it will be. So, my dear Arsenal lovers, I think this is a fine place for us to just call the show and end. So till I come your way tomorrow morning to give you the morning news. Till then, thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of the night. Now, good night. I'm gonna get out. All right, guys. Now, bye-bye.